Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
At the Golden Globe Awards, actor Mark Ruffalo went on his tirade against President Trump, Mr. Hulk himself from the Hollywood movies. He and other celebrities wore what they called good pens in honor of Renee Good, the woman fatally shot by the ICE agent. Dominic Carter here with you. The number to reach us live right now across the country, 800-848-9222. Instead of pens in honor of Renee Good, you should have wore pens to support law enforcement, in particular federal law enforcement. Another type at the another Hollywood type at the Golden Globe Awards, I should say, with the good pin on, happened to be a comedian who is openly gay and married. Her name, Wanda Sykes.
The pin, be good. Tell me about
Be
the
good.
pin.
Yes. Of course, this is for the mother who was murdered by ICE agent, and it's really sad. And you know, I know people are out marching and all today, and we need to speak up. We need to be out there and shut this rogue government down, because it's just awful what they're doing to people.
What are they doing to people? Quote unquote. Law and order? What's wrong with law and order? Do we really want a totally dysfunctional society where people do whatever they want, whenever they want? I don't want to live in that environment. I don't know about you folks. 800-848-9222. But you mentioned good. You know who's really good at her job? White House Press Secretary Carolyn Levitt. And she's really good at telling the truth.
Does the president stand fully behind that officer, that agent? Does the president believe his actions were justified?
Absolutely. And I think the more evidence that comes out shows the officer was justified, and President Trump was right about this all along. And who was wrong? The Democrat Party and the mainstream media, who despicably have been lying about this officer and about this case from the very beginning. And they have had to change their story and their narrative. Because at first, you heard Democrats, including the mayor of Minneapolis, saying that the car never struck the officer and the lethal force was unjustified. Now, of course, there is plentiful video evidence to show that the officer was struck by the car, that this deranged lunatic woman was trying to ram him over with her vehicle and was using that vehicle as a weapon, which justifies domestic terrorism. And unfortunately, we are seeing these instances play out in American communities across the country, where you have these organized, paid antagonists who are part of these groups that are actively, unlawfully impeding lawful law enforcement operations. They are harassing and targeting ICE agents, trying to make it impossible, again, for them to carry out their duties. That's what was happening in this case. That officer used his training. I understand that he's been on the force and he's been protecting American communities for many, many years. He's an experienced and brave individual who unfortunately had to make a very tough decision and was put in that position by these paid agitators who have been doing this all over the country.
So who knew, folks, who knew in Chicago, Illinois, there is someone there in city government that is normal? Of course, we can't be talking about the mayor, Brandon Johnson. He's in another class by himself, as far left as left goes. But that is the police chief, the police superintendent in Chicago. He's standing with ICE instead of the left.
Let me make this clear. Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you.
Thank you, Police Chief of Chicago. We need some clarity with this situation. But the left is still the crazy left, no matter what, no rhyme or reason, and it comes at the detriment of all Americans. It's hurting all of us. Perfect example, Whoopi Goldberg on The View.
Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. This is not what you said they were going to be. This is the thing. You said you were going after the bad guys.
Yes.
That's what you said, the violent criminals.
That's
and
right.
what does it turn out? The violent criminals seem to be in the agency.
So we're about to start with your telephone calls. We're going to begin with Olena in Teaneck, New Jersey in just a moment. But I want you to listen to this defiance, what federal agents have to deal with. This woman from Somalia in Minnesota gives federal agents an awful time. I want you to listen to this, folks.
I am U.S. citizen.
Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
I don't need an ID to walk around in my city. This is my city.
Okay, do you have some ID then, please?
I don't need an ID.
If not, we're going to put you in the vehicle and we're going to ID you.
Can I ID me?
Huh?
I'm not going to take out. You take out your ID.
You don't have an ID?
I'm not going to take out an ID.
Hey, man, it's
I am U.S. citizen. I am U.S. citizen.
All right, can we see an ID, please?
I am U.S. citizen. I don't need to carry around an ID in my home.
Well,
this is my home.
Where were you born?
This is my home.
Where were you born?
Minneapolis is my home.
Ma'am, that's not, we're doing an immigration check, we're doing a citizen check,
this is where,
and we're asking you where you were born.
This is where I belong. This is my home.
Ma'am, you can belong here, but where were you born?
And I am not going to give you an ID.
Then we're going to put you in the vehicle until we can ID you.
I belong here. I should be walking around here free. I shouldn't be afraid in my life at this point.
Ma'am, do you have an ID to give us? No. Yes, you're correct.
You're making me a skirt. You're making me a
Do you have an ID?
This is my home.
Ma'am, where were you born?
I am U.S. citizen. I am U.S. citizen. And I don't think so you have a right to picture me while I am in my home and walking around in my home. This is not acceptable. You guys, you're terrorizing people,
Ma'am,
and it's not
where
acceptable.
were you born?
It doesn't matter where I was born. I belong here. I am U.S. citizen. What else can I say? I am citizen. This is my home.
You realize that if you lie that you're a U.S. citizen,
Minneapolis is my home.
then you can get
Minneapolis
federal
is my
charges.
home. I belong here. I'm sorry. I belong here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take out an ID. What the fuck?
Send her back to Somalia. For the record, in New York, you are not required to carry identification. However, if you refuse to give officers your ID or tell them your name after being arrested, they are allowed to detain you until you can be identified. That could sometimes take 1 or 2 days, oftentimes just a few hours. 7 states, to my knowledge, Arizona, Florida, Indiana, Louisiana, New Mexico, Ohio, and Vermont, I believe, impose a criminal penalty for non-compliance with the obligation to ID one's self. Let's begin with your telephone calls. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Olena, line 1, Teaneck, New Jersey. What's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you. Dominic, we have people wearing pins to support a criminal or an alleged criminal who allegedly, because it's just not proven in court yet, but allegedly shot or murdered a law enforcement officer. But nobody talks about...
Wait, Olena, she didn't shoot or murder a...
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, Dominic.
I think we all get your point. You're saying that she resisted and drove the vehicle in reverse and then forward towards the agent.
Yes, Dominic, apologies. But yet, nobody mentions the young lady that was raped and her skull was bashed in after her rape by an illegal immigrant. Nobody cares about that.
You're correct.
What's wrong with us?
You're correct. Now, which one are you referring to? Are you referring to the case in Maryland where she was brutally raped and murdered by that animal savage? Are you referring to Lake and Riley in Georgia? I mean, are you referring to Jocelyn Nungary? We could go on and on naming the women that have been attacked by these illegals and murdered.
Yes. At the moment, I was thinking about Lincoln Riley, the nursing student.
Yes.
But we do have a list, and nobody's talking about that. All these demonstrators, nobody mentions them.
Right. Hollywood only wants to focus on what they want to focus on. They want to focus on a perverted lifestyle. Yeah. They want to... You know, Olena, I don't want to say something that will offend someone, so I'm trying to choose my words carefully. But what I do need to do is take a break, and so I thank you for the wonderful call. We're going to do exactly that, and we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over, move forward.
A twisted new season of The Traitors is finally here.
What did I get myself into?
The prize, $250,000.
I'm gonna lie and cheat and do whatever I have to do to win. If you're gonna come for me, I'll finish you.
Shame on you!
I'm out for blood. It is like a firing squad. Boom, 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 boom.
Let the games begin. Emmy Award winner, The Traitors. New episodes streaming Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Peacock.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Back to your live telephone calls. Lou, line 4 in San Francisco. Good morning, Lou. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. Happy New Year. I love your show.
Thank
you. I've been listening for years, and you're great.
Thank you.
Now,
That's very kind of you to say.
I'm an ex-New Yorker. I grew up in Laurelton, New York, Queens.
Wow.
And
wow.
The thing I want to talk about tonight is the fact that the Democrats discovered a secret back around the turn of the century, and they discovered that they could import illegal aliens and wrest political power in different cities. And the main one was Minneapolis, and that was their model. And the aliens took over the city, and then they elected a congresswoman. And now, after Obama and Biden brought in millions of illegal people, now the Democrats want to prevent Trump from removing them. And that is the basis of all that's going on. The Democrats want to prevent the removal of the illegals.
No doubt about it, Lou. And as you're speaking, the narrative you're laying out, I was thinking about it because I've been to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and at the time it was for the RNC. Now, this is before George Floyd. This is before, obviously, this latest incident. And what I remember of the city, Lou, and I had my family there with me because whenever I would travel on assignment to do, at the time, my live political TV show from the convention sites every night, I would bring my family and make a family trip out of it. And in Minneapolis, it was cold. I went to that mall. That's the biggest mall in America. But I don't remember the politics being so crazy. In terms of Minneapolis, I don't remember seeing that many members of the Somalian community. We stayed in now maybe because they put us in the best hotels, and so we didn't see the real Minnesota. And at nighttime, every night after we wrapped up our convention coverage, we'd go out to some nice restaurant in Minneapolis. It was beautiful. Everything was wonderful. And now look at Minneapolis. So Lou, you may be on to something. I'll give you the final word.
Well, the same thing has happened in London. I remember going to London 10 years ago, and I couldn't believe how many non-Londoners were walking on the streets. In any event, all this is related to the Democrats' decision to fight tooth and nail to keep the aliens in, to get the votes for the next election, to take over the country, and I'm sick, and I'm sorry to emote this way, but it's not fair because all the people who have been waiting to come into the country legally have been thwarted by bringing in all these people who do not belong here. And Trump is just trying to get rid of them. But the Democrats, they know 2 more years and they're going to take over the whole apparatus.
Well, they want the whole enchilada, Lou, in San Francisco, but I don't think they're going to get it. I really don't. I think this may blow up in their faces in terms of politically. And these people come here. Thank you for the call, Lou. Greatly appreciate it. Please call us in the future. They come here and they bring their norms and their standards. And what am I talking about? Some of these criminals that come, as President Trump says, feel they have the right to walk around and pick any woman they want to and have sex with her. Literally, this is played out all across America. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. In a minute or two, we're going to go to line 4, Beth in Staten Island, Pamela in New Jersey, Sheldon in Manhattan, Mike in Nutley, Patrick in Indiana. But first, an update on doggy daycare. Matt Blaze, did your dog, did she get kicked out? Please tell me she didn't get kicked out.
So she has not gotten kicked out.
Yay.
The report that I got today was she did really good today. Got that last week that she did really good. And
Wonderful.
then today she did really good. But of course, there's another issue.
Something else has come up?
Now there's another issue.
Oh, boy.
So I pick her up, and the girl's looking at the computer. They check her out. And she says to me, yeah, somebody should have told you this before, but her Bordetella vaccine expired on the 10th, which was Saturday.
Oh, boy.
So she's like, I'm like, okay. And then she's like, well, she can't come back until she gets that done. And after you get it done, you got to wait 48 hours before she can come in. So now I'm like, why couldn't someone tell me? She's like, I know they don't. She's like, usually I like to tell people a week in advance. I'm like, yeah, because she only goes 3 days a week, usually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I could have taken her to the vet Thursday, even Friday. The 2 days would have gone by. She would have been good for this week. So now I got to call the vet in the morning, see if I can get an appointment, when I can get an appointment. My mornings are not long because I got to go to sleep to be up for now. So I got to see what's going to happen the rest of the week. And I already told her, and I prepay for, it's automatic every week. So I told her, she said, well, I could refund it. So I'm like, all right, that's good. But now she's going to be home.
While you're asleep.
Yeah. She's a 14-month-old German Shepherd, and she can only take it so long before she's bouncing off the walls, and I can't leave her running around downstairs by herself. She'll be chewing walls. She already chews on, we have little carpet runners. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's chewing on the edge of the runners, things like that, because she's still a puppy.
Oh, boy. Yeah, she's still
it just never ends. There's always something.
At least she didn't get kicked out.
No.
Your take, we've seen the protests continuing in Minnesota. I don't know, Blaze. Part of me, I don't want to believe this, and I think you made this point.
Yeah.
If it happened an African-American woman, there would be riots, nonstop protests.
Yeah.
The woman in this case happened to be white, and there are protests, but they're somewhat muted, if you will. What do you make of the Golden Globe Awards? Hollywood, they're walking around with these "Be Good" pins.
Well, there's always that issue with Hollywood needs to just shut up, no matter what the issue is, because they're all. First of all, who cares about award shows now? It is so outdated.
No one cares.
No one cares. I don't know who's watching these things still. It used to be such a big deal when it was network TV and that's all we had. And it's always been this issue with the celebrities as they're patting each other on the back,
literally
accepting awards that they're giving each other. They're all multimillionaires, and they just need to be quiet and wear their pins because they don't do. If you're a celebrity and you're actually using your celebrity to do something, if you're going out in the streets and as an activist and protesting, that's a little bit more than just putting a pin on and saying, well, we'll be good.
And bragging. This is for. Ask you what's the pin?
Right. What's the pin for? Well, this is for what happened. Well, that's it. You're wearing a pin. That's your big statement that you're wearing a pin. What are you actually doing? And I'm not, whether it's right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree, what is it that you're actually doing to further the cause besides just wearing a pin and saying this has to stop? Because that's your opinion.
That's
nothing.
What they're doing.
Yeah, nothing. So who cares? And you're at an award show. You're on the red carpet of an award show.
Right.
And this is what you're doing, and you're making such a big stand. Ooh, Wanda Sykes has a pin on. First of all, what is Wanda? I shouldn't say that because I'm not up on what Wanda Sykes is doing. Maybe she could be in the greatest movie ever. I have no idea.
No,
what she's
you were about right.
Like,
hasn't done anything. All she does is tout her wife Her wife is a European,
right?
And all she does is tout her wife all the time. And you know what? I believe in let people love whoever they want to love.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with that.
But it's getting to be too much. It's getting to be too much. I'm sorry, Blaze. It's getting to be too much.
And you know what? I always liked Wanda Sykes as a comedian. I always thought she was funny.
Right.
I watched reruns. I watch her on that show.
She is all right.
Yeah. What is the show that I see her on? Oh, I watched the old.
Netflix?
No. There's the New Adventures of Old Christine, which was on 15 years ago with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She was in. I watched that.
Right.
So I don't have no problem with Wanda Sykes as a comedian.
That's about the extent of her career.
Right.
15 years ago. Matt Blaze, thank you very much. Let's go to Beth, line 4, Staten Island. Beth, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I called you last week for the first time and did talk about doggy daycare. Now I want to talk about Nicole Good.
Okay.
Her kid, who was in kindergarten, goes to a school called Southside Family Charter School. In that school, what they teach is social justice.
Absolutely.
They also teach about George Floyd and the Aboriginal issues. Again, to me, as a former teacher,
Beth, do they teach that Mr. Floyd was a drug addict, robbing people, allegedly sticking up pregnant women? Do they teach that?
Oh, hell no. No. This is, and P.S., the school goes from K to 5. The total number of students in this school, so-called school, is 25.
And they're teaching this garbage.
What?
They're teaching this garbage to the kids.
Yeah, and also takes them on field trips and also teaches activism. Now, can you imagine these little kids? And, it reminds me, too, of when the big Black Lives Matter thing was going on. I remember seeing a bunch of kids in a line holding the signs. These are kindergarten kids, Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Now, of course, this is instilling in them racism from an early age.
Absolutely.
And
teaching them to hate the police.
Absolutely. It enrages me because the kids are actually the victims of all of this. And this is why they're growing up to be these agitators, these lunatics that are going out on the street against ICE, against the police. It enrages me.
And it should enrage you, Beth. Thank you for the wonderful call. I'm glad you called back after your first call last week. We want to hear from you in the future. Thank you. Let's go to Patrick, line 5, Indiana. Patrick, what's on your mind?
Yes. President Trump should issue to ICE, besides the regular guns, he should issue a burner launcher. It's like a gun, but it doesn't kill. It just immobilizes for 30 to 40 minutes. And these people that are harassing ICE, they could shoot them.
Patrick, I believe they already have similar. I believe ICE, they already have similar devices.
Oh, well, they could shoot these ones that are agitating them and put them down and then take them to jail or whatever.
But they can't even do that, Patrick, in this climate. Can you imagine? And thank you for the call. Can you imagine if ICE is on video zapping people? I guess the Hollywood types will be out in the street protesting with the folks then. Let's go to Pamela, line 1, New Jersey. Pamela, what's on your mind?
As much as the street protesters are paid in many cases, so these are professional protesters, Hollywood is also being paid. Hollywood isn't as rich as it used to be. Yes, there are millionaires, of course, but a lot of actors have to go out of the country to get work. And they only get work out of the country if they badmouth America. And they're using these award shows and everything as places to espouse their propaganda. So I don't watch any of these people. I don't even know half of these people anymore. I used to love Hollywood and the arts, and there were some more patriots back in the day, but now it's just disgusting. It's a media propaganda, and I am not supporting them, just like a lot of the sporting events. You have to be very wealthy to go to baseball games. Baseball was meant for the common person to go there with their kid and everything. Now you have to pay hundreds of dollars, and we, like idiots that we are, not me though, but I am not investing in any of this. And it's sad because the quality of life now stinks. We have no culture anymore.
You used to be able to go to the baseball game. I'm glad you brought that up. You used to be able to get a family package, 4 hot dogs, drinks, popcorn. It cost you, what, $50, $60? Try that now. It's not going to work.
Exactly. And it's very sad. But people keep doing it. Don't go. Oh, I would love to see movie theaters come back. I'll never forget going to see Jaws with my dad and that experience of the crowd of the theater. Right, and I love theater. I love Broadway.
Right.
But you know what? I refuse. These people. I heard that Clooney's picture is all over Europe. He's doing coffee commercials. They love him over there because he badmouths America. You don't work in Europe unless you're a communist, just like here.
Wow.
And I will not support Hollywood. I will not. And they're not millionaires, all of them. A lot of them are on the edge. They need this work.
Right. Pamela, thank you. Thank you so much for the great call. Pamela just alluded to this. I didn't really want to deal with this again, but Mark Ruffalo at the Golden Globes award wearing his Be Good pen. Listen to what this clown, Mr. Hulk himself, he's worth $50 million. Listen to what he says.
Mark, what's the pin?
For Renee Nicole Good, who was murdered. We have a vice president who's lying about what's happening. We have we're in the middle of a war with Venezuela that we illegally invaded. He's telling the world that international law doesn't matter to him. The only thing that matters to him is his own morality. But the guy is a convicted felon or convicted rapist. He's a pedophile. He's the worst human being. If we're relying on this guy's morality for the most powerful country in the world, then we're all in a lot of trouble. So this is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America. It's just not.
Mark, why do you feel that this platform is still useful to spread a message like this?
Listen, I want to pretend like this. I want to be here to celebrate, and I am here to celebrate, and I'm proud to have a Golden Globe nomination. But also, this is not normal anymore. And so I don't know how I could be quiet. And I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So
this is the same guy that's borderline anti-Semitic. I should point that out. Let's go to Bill, line 4, Tokyo, Japan. Bill, what's on your mind? Bill, are you with me? Okay, Bill's not there. Let's go to Mike, line 3, Nutley, New Jersey. I'll be in Nutley on Saturday. Bill, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I just want to say thank you for rebroadcasting what Whoopi Goldberg said on public national TV, calling our ICE agents a bunch of criminals.
Wait a minute. I'm familiar with your voice. Your name is not Mike. What's
Michael
your name?
From Nutley, New Jersey.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Mike. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. See, I don't call a lot. I call once every couple of weeks. But I want to let you know, thank you for rebroadcasting that. And I want to say, those women of The View, they got blood on their hands. I wouldn't be surprised if Renee Nicole Good was inspired to do this because of them also. These Democrats on TV and in our Congress, it seems like they're working for the communist governments of Russia and China.
It does seem that way.
And Iran. I think, and plus, like, these people who are protesting, where did they get the money for the signs? Who's paying for that? Is it the Russians? Is it the Chinese? They would love to divide America. And anyone who's a Democrat, all you're doing is working for them. Because we know what the Democrat Party stands for now. Divide America. Because it seems like whatever they want is bad for America. Open borders, higher taxes. I mean, from Holcho to Mandani to Ilmar Omar, all those idiots. They should be all taken out.
Mike, I don't know about taken out, but arrested. Mike, I got to toss to a break. Thank you for the call. Greatly appreciated. Folks, we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to the phones. Sherman, line 5 in Manhattan. Good morning, Sherman. What's on your mind?
Good morning to you too, Dominic. Outstanding show. This is an adult show, and I'm going to say something that's very shocking and controversial, but it is based on reality, and most reasonable people probably would agree with this. This is the problem with the outcome with feminism, with women who don't respect men, women who think they can actually beat men up, women who think that they have a right because they are not attracted to men, like, for example, this lesbian woman. It's not just about her protesting and being an ICE agent. This is some of this is connected to hatred for men. A lot of these modern women think they don't need men for nothing. They go out of their way to disrespect men and be in their face. This woman was protesting and angry about ICE agents going to someone's home on her block. Liberalism, in my opinion, is a mental illness, is a mental disorder. They are always involved with things that directly make life worse for most people, including themselves. They don't respect the law. They don't respect the truth. They don't respect authority. Listen, I had an experience with a lesbian woman 20, 30 years ago. She's walking behind a woman who was apparently her girlfriend. It was a very, very attractive woman, but the lesbian was a so-called butch, very aggressive, bunch of tattoos. She started cursing me in the street. And I stopped and said, Miss, listen, I respect you as a person, but I'm not going to accept you talking all this nonsense to me. I didn't know you were with this attractive young lady. Now that I know you're with her, have a nice day. And even though I said that, I walked off, she still was cursing me. I said, Miss, you're lucky I'm a gentleman. My point is this. There's a large faction of the lesbian culture where they really hate men. Let's call it like it is. They have penis envy. They want to be men, a lot of them, and they don't respect men at all, regardless if they are the authority or not. So this is the outcome. This is what happens when this delusional woman, and if you look at the video, she was talking a lot of junk, a lot of smack.
She sure was.
She was really, she went way too far. And listen, this man is not a robot. The future is going to be, we're going to have robots doing all the law. This way they can guarantee no emotions, guarantee no temper. These people only take so much. They get up and go to work. You got people spitting at them, calling them names, cursing at them, saying all kinds, threatening them, or physically fighting with them. If I ever see ICE agents somewhere and I'm out and about, I will go out of my way to take care of business and help them out. They won't even have to ask me. It'd be my pleasure to knock one of these guys out that are all in their face trying to jump them and beat them up as they go and come. Most liberals, the men too, they're a bunch of cowards. They have selective anger. They pick the right victim. You never see them dealing with somebody that's a real threat. That it's always about trying to look. They always want to protest. They have an aimless life. There's no spirituality, no religion, no real purpose. So they attach themselves to all this narcissistic nonsense to make themselves look so righteous. Look at me. I'm protesting against these aggressive ICE agents. If these people weren't in the country illegally, ICE wouldn't be there.
Bottom line.
Liberalism is a mental illness. Period.
In many regards, I agree with everything you just said, Sherman. I don't talk about it often, but when a person is correct, they're correct. Thank you for the great telephone call, Sherman. Let's go to Jules in Brooklyn, New York. Jules, what's on your mind?
Hello, Dominic. How are you tonight? Listen, I'd like to talk about what's going on with the nursing strike right now.
Right, Jules, but you got to get to the point where we have less than a minute left in the show. Go ahead,
I'll make it quick. I don't know. I worked in nursing for 40 years, so I have some idea what's going on. I don't understand what's going on because you have enough money now to pay temporary nurses, and they have enough money for traveling nurses, but they don't have enough money to pay the staff that's overworked and underpaid. That's a little confusing to me, Dominic,
Well, I hear you, Jules, but as you know, this all amounts to collective bargaining. Ownership wants to squeeze more for stockholders, more for the management. Workers want a fair way of living. I know it was kind of inappropriate for Mayor Mamdani to be out there today. I know you probably support it, but I just don't have time to deal with the strike that's ongoing. Perhaps I'll deal with it later on today, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you folks then. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and busts. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.